Hey everyone, thanks for joining. Today we're going to play through the Hexakai daily puzzle from February 1st, 2026. This one's going to be on a board of size 10, rated as difficult. So first let's zoom out, just see what we're working with here. This one's one of the custom generator patterns here. Probably the Galton board one or a similar one to that. Maybe the checkered pattern. So these custom patterns kind of change the way the board is generated a little bit, and therefore the way we have to address the board. But I see right here there's a diagonal with only two cells missing, so this will be a natural starting point. This diagonal has 4, 2, 1, 8, 9, 7, 0, 5, 6, and 3 are missing. Yep, 3 and 6. So let's see if there's anything there. There's a 3 there, making this one definitely a 6, and this one therefore has to be a 3. So off to a good start. This one only has 3 missing, so we can do that one next. We have 0, 8, 7, 2, 5, 6, 1. This one, 3, 4, and 9, I believe. Yep, 3, 4, and 9. So there's a 9 here and a 3 here, making that one a 4. That leaves 3 and 9. There's a 9 here, making that one a 3, making this one a 9. Let's see if there's any other. Yep, here we go. This one now only has 2 missing, so we can tackle that one next. We have 7, 1, 2, 6, 4, 9, 3, 5. 0 and 8. Yep, 0 and 8. Let me see if there's any. Yep, there's an 8 there, so we can call that one a 0 definitely, thereby making this one an 8. So I think there will be 1 or 2 diagonals left that we can just easily take on before things start to get a little bit more complicated. So yeah, here this one has only 2 missing again. So we have 3, 1, 5, 6, 7, 9, 2, 0, 4, and 8. So there's an 8 here, making this one a 4. Making this one an 8. Next, let's zoom out a little bit. I think this is the point where things will start to get a little bit trickier. I'm looking to see if we can tackle this center row here. If we can, that'll simplify things a lot for solving the rest of the board. The center row is the one that has the most constraints on other cells. So if we can get that done, we'll be in a very good spot for this. So we have 4, 2, 7, 8, 6. We're missing 0, 1, 3, 5, 9. So we're missing 5 out of 10 values. 0, 1, 3, 5, 9, 9, 3, 0, 1, and 5, 5. So this one could be a 0 or a 1, so I'll pencil that in. Next, 0, 1, 3, 5, 9. There's a 1, 3, 9 here, making this one a 0 or a 5. So next, 0, 1, 3, 5, 9. No 0. There is a 1, a 9, and a 5. This one can be a 0 or a 3. Next, we have 0, 3, 9. That leaves 1 and a 5. And one more in this row. 0, 1, 3, 5, 9. There's a 1 and a 5, a 0. This one can be a 3 or a 9. So let me just check. 3s. There are 2 3s, 2 5s, 2 1s, 2 0s, and is that the only 9 here? Yeah, this one can't have a 9. I'm just going to double check. This one can't have a 9. This one can't. This one can't because of that. This one can't. So actually, this one has to be a 9. We can just rule that out. Right, on the article I wrote on strategies, this one is the lonely possibility strategy. So because this was the only place a 9 could go in the row, this has to be where it is, which simplifies things a little bit. It doesn't give us more insight into anything. Actually, it does. Because I'm noticing now this is the only place a 3 can go. So we can do the same thing here. We can remove that and assign a 3. Everything else can't be assigned, right? There's 2 0s, there's 2 1s, and there's 2 5s. But that was one of the intermediate strategies, and that's what allowed us to fill in some of these values here. So knowing strategies definitely helps resolve some of the boards faster, especially when they're rated as difficult or ultra difficult. So let's see what we can do with that, where to go next. It would be nice if we can assign just one of these, then we can also do the other 2. So I'm going to see if there is a diagonal we can tackle for that includes either of these cells. So I'll try this one here. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 values present, but maybe we can still make some assignments. So we have 3, 6, 8, 1, 4. 0, 2, 5, 7, and 9 are missing. So 2, 5, 7. This one can be a 0 or a 9. 0, 5. And let's see here. There's a 0, 2, 9. This can be a 5 or a 7. Let's see here, 0, 2, 5, 9, 2, and 7. Just double check that. This one can't be a 2, this one can't be a 7. And here, 0, 2, 5, 7, 9. This one can only be a 0 or a 2 because we have the 9, 7, and 5 here. So 0, 2, 7, 2, 7, 5, 5, 0, 0, 9. So unfortunately, nothing we can do there, but at least we got some of the pencil values marked in there. And that might be a good strategy for the rest of this, just penciling in things as we go. But I do notice here, actually, this one only has 2 remaining, which I missed originally. So let's just tackle that real quick. We have 6, 9, 3, 7, 4, 5, 0, 8. 1 and 2 are missing here. So there's a 1 here, making that one a 2, making that one a 1. And now something we have to start doing is as we fill in values, we have to make sure we remove pencil values, pencil markings as we go. So in these two, there's nothing to remove there because we didn't pencil in anything there, but as we proceed, that's something we have to keep in mind. This one is probably a good candidate for the next diagonal we take on. There's only 3 missing, so we have 2, 6, 1, 8, 9, 7, 5, 0, 3, and 4 are missing. So there's a 0 here and a 3, making that one a 4. That leaves 0 and 3. There's a 3 there, making that one a 0, making this one a 3. And we have to double check now to see if there's any pencil markings we can remove. None in this case. This one did have a few pencil marking cells, but none of them had a value of 4, so there's nothing to do there. Now this diagonal only has 3 remaining, so we can tackle that one next. We have 9, 1, 3, 0, 8, 4, 2, 5, 6, and 7 are missing. So I'll start here. There's a 5. This one can be a 6 or a 7. No pun intended. Then we look here. There's a 5. Same thing, 6 or 7. Let me just double check that actually. Because there's a 6, 7 here, 6, 7 here, this one has to be a 5. I don't even have to check anything else. Right, because there's a pair here, 6 and 7. Since both of these are 6 and 7, one of them has to be a 6, the other has to be a 7. So the remaining cell can't be a 6 or a 7. And since there are only 3 cells remaining, it has to be the other value, which is a 5. That ends up being a very useful strategy for solving difficult, ultra difficult boards. And rarely you'll actually see a case where there's triplets that kind of work out in the same way. So let me just double check there's no pencil markings to get rid of. Nope, we are good. There's a strategy I want to try here. Look at the row above the center row. There's only 2 cells missing there. Now, normally you can't apply the same strategies for smaller rows that you can for like the center row or the diagonals because all 10 values won't be in this row. But sometimes what we can do is we can figure out the values that are missing and then still make assignments. So in this case, we have 8, 6, 0, 9, 4, 5, 2. 1, 3, and 7 are missing from that, but one of those values won't appear here. So we'll either have a 1 or a 3, or a 1 or a 7, or a 3 or a 7. So maybe we can eliminate one of those values, and if we can, then we can apply the normal strategies here. There's a 1 and a 3 here. Oh, actually, just because of that, there's a 1 and a 3 here. We can call this one a 7. And since there's a 1 here, we can call that one a 3, which means that 1 is the value missing from that row. On occasion, that can actually be a pretty good strategy to use. It gets more difficult as you move up or down the board because the rows have fewer and fewer cells. But in this case, we were able to actually use it to make some good progress there in a non-standard format. Continuing along, this one actually might be a good diagonal to take on next. There's 4 values missing, 6 present. And just from this, we know that 2 of them that are missing are 2, 0. But let's see, we have 1, 5, 3, 2, 9, 7. No, actually, look at that. We have a 2 there and a 2 penciled in there. I'm going to flag this one. I didn't notice this before, so that could be a mistake. I don't think it is, but it could be. Actually, in fact, I'm going to undo that. That is correct. We just failed to update this pencil marking here. So this one actually has to be a 0. So we can remove the 0 from there. And so thereby this one has to be a 5. And this one has to be a 9. So now we can make further updates. That one was only a 2 or a 7 before. Oh, let me update that, actually. That one was a 5 or a 7 before, but now it can only be a 7, so we update that. And then this one can only be a 2, so we update that. Now we have to be careful, make sure everything we're doing here, we update pencil markings. Like for example, here we had the 5. This one can only be a 1 because I had a 5 or 1 before in the pencil markings, and this one can only be a 0 because we had a 1 or 0 in the pencil markings. So let's just go and see if there's anything else we have to update. There's only 2 cells with pencil markings remaining, 7676 there. Let's see if there's anything we can do with that. Maybe a recent assignment. Yep, there's a 7 here, so this one has to be a 6. And so now this one has to be a 7. So we're making progress slowly but surely as we pencil things in and make some eliminations using some of the more intermediate advanced strategies. Question as always is, what do we proceed with next? So this one only has 3 missing. Maybe we can just knock that out. Right. We have 4, 8, 2, 5, 1, 3, 6, 0, 7, and 9 are missing. So we have a 0 and 9 here, making that one a 7, leaving 0 and 9. There's a 0 there, making that one a 9, making this one a 0. And this one now only has 1 remaining, so we can just knock that out. We have 5, 4, 7, 3, 2, 0, 6, 1, 9. 8 is missing. And at that rate, we can just do the intersecting diagonal here. There's 3 missing, but we probably have enough information on the board at this point to just solve it. So we have 8, 2, 9, 4, 1, 0, 3, 5, 6, and 7 are missing. So we have a 7 there, and a 6 there, making that one a 5. Then 6, 7, there's a 7 there, making that one a 6, making this one a 7. I think we've reached the point in the board where we can just systematically do diagonal by diagonal without any of those intermediate advanced strategies. In every board, there comes a certain point where you just kind of go through each thing line by line, strand by strand, and solve it. So that's what we'll do here. This one only has 3 missing. We have 1, 0, 5, 3, 2, 9, 7. 4, 6, and 8 are missing. 8 and a 4 there, making this one a 6. That leaves 4 and an 8. This one is undetermined at the moment. There's a 4 there, making that one an 8. Making this one a 4. Let's do this one next. There's only 2 missing. We have 0, 8, 4, 3, 5, 9, 7, 6, 1, and 2. There's a 2 there, making that one a 1, making this one a 2. What else do we have missing? 2 here missing. We'll just knock that out. 5, 1, 3, 9, 6, 7, 4, 2, 0, and 8 are missing. I see 0 there, making that one an 8, making this one a 0. 2 more to go, 2 more diagonals, or 3 depending on how you slice it. We'll slice it in this way, so there's only 2. We have 7, 9, 2, 1, 5, 8, 0, 3, and 4. Okay, I made a mistake. See, there's 3 here missing, not 2. We have 7, 9, 2, 1, 5, 8, 0, 3, 4, 6. There's a 6 and a 4 there, making this one a 3. 6 there, making that one a 4. Making that one a 6. And then now the last one, which I'll do properly this time. 2, 0, 6, 7, 4, 9, 3, 1, 5, 8. So we have 8 and a 5 in this diagonal here, making that one a 1, leaving 5 and 8. There's a 5 there, making that one an 8, making this one a 5. So let me zoom out, make sure we got everything, and it looks like we did, so I'll submit it, see if we got the right answer. Very nice, there it is. So yeah, we got it in about 15 minutes, give or take. Fun little puzzle. The puzzles that are size 10 rated at difficult typically take around 15 to 20 minutes for experienced players. It can end up taking a lot more if you're not an experienced player, which is okay. If you're not, then I definitely recommend you check out the strategies here. And also while I'm here, I want to showcase that I've recently launched a Reddit for Hexakai, r-hexakai, where I invite all of you to participate, ask questions about boards. You can share the board with your current status as a link so that if you get stuck, you don't want to rely on the hints too much, or you want to talk about some of the strategies, you can leave a post there and share some of your thoughts, and I will come in and review like your progress, try to give you some hints myself, or refer you to certain strategies. I think it'll definitely be helpful to have the creator of the game giving some assistance where it's needed. And beyond that, I'll just be posting some updates, like if I fix bugs to the game, or if I receive any feedback for like feature improvements, things like that, then those will also be included in the subreddit. So if you made it to the end, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.